first things first is, it was one of the first weeks of my mission. I went to an Islanders house for Sunday afternoon for dinner. And the Islanders, before we started eating, he said, Elder Reese says, this is your first couple weeks here. We want to tell you one thing. And that's how Islanders eat. He said, we Islanders, we don't eat to live like you Americans do. He said, we eat to die. And, going throughout my mission, I learned that they really do eat to die. There were so many times we had like 4 meals a night. One of my companions gained about 40 pounds. And you're just eating all day, every day. Members will come and drop off McDonald's, or they'll come drop off groceries to your apartment, because they love the missionaries, and they know that when they serve the missionaries, the Lord will bless them. They're people of amazing faith. And it's always amazing to see the blessings that do come from when they feed us. They eat a diversity of food there in New Zealand. A lot of them really, really like baked food, so like baked potatoes or like roast dinners. And so they eat a lot of the foods that we eat here. I would say the things that they eat that are differently, they eat a lot of seafood, and they eat, a lot of the Islanders love meat. Occasionally you go to a dinner and there'll be like a whole entire bowl of steak, a whole entire bowl of chicken, a whole entire bowl of pork, and it's just a whole slew of different types of meat. So by the end, you're really, really full, and it's really easy to gain weight there because everybody tries to feed you. I figure here people try to feed you to be nice. So there they try to feed you out of love. I remember it was like the first couple days of my mission. We were riding our bikes, and I saw this guy walking on the street, and I got so excited. I was like, oh, we're going to go talk to him. And anyways, we went up to him, and he had all this KFC in his hand, and he was actually taking it to a family party. And we're like, hey, like, we're the missionaries. And he's like, oh, I know, I'm Methodist. He's like, I'm not interested in what you're sharing, but do you want to come over for dinner tonight? And unfortunately, we were actually going to dinner, so we didn't have an opportunity to go with him. But people there will give everything that they have to you, whether you're a part of their religion or not, just because they love the love that they have for other people. It's apparent to see in all that they do. So my favorite food was Samoan food, because they make really, really good food. One of my favorite drinks that they have is Coco Samoa, and it's cocoa bean, and they grind it up and they put it, I'm not sure how they make it, but it's really good. The first time I had it, I didn't like it, but it slowly like grows on you. And they have bananas. They're like green bananas, and they take them and they bake them in the oven. And they kind of taste like a potato when they're done, but they're really good. And then they usually have coconut cream on them. That's my favorite Samoan food. And like the New Zealand food, the LMP, New Zealand is known for LMP. It's a soda that they only make there. There's a little town that they have a giant LMP bottle, and it's the best drink ever. And Tim Tams, if you've ever had Tim Tams, they'll be your favorite. It's like everybody there loves to have Tim Tam slams, they call them. And they're these little cookies, and you bite like each end of it, and then you drink hot chocolate through it, or Milo as they call it there. And it's really, really good. The Maori people love to have boil up, so they take cabbage and they put it in a pot. They take a bunch of other vegetables, and usually bones of, like pig bones, and they'll put it in there with a little bit of meat on it, and then they'll eat that. And it's the first time I had it, I didn't really like it. I didn't think it was very good. But after a while, it slowly grows, and you kind of like all the food in the mission. But that's a different dish that they have in New Zealand.